Welcome to Uganda, a land of breathtaking natural wonders hidden deep within the heart of East Africa. Here, the landscape unfolds in a tapestry of vibrant greens and golds, where rolling hills rise and fall like gentle waves, and the horizon is crowned by distant, mist-shrouded mountains. Imagine, if you will, a realm where ancient rainforests stretch endlessly, their emerald canopies woven so thick that sunlight only pierces through in golden shafts. The air is heavy with the scent of damp earth and blooming flowers, and every branch is alive with movement. Agile monkeys leap from limb to limb, their calls echoing through the dense foliage, while flocks of brilliantly coloured birds dart between the leaves, their feathers flashing like jewels in the filtered light. Beyond the forests, the land opens into vast golden savannas that stretch to the horizon. At sunrise, the grasslands shimmer with dew, each blade catching the first light of day. Acacia trees stand like silent sentinels, their flat-topped crowns providing shade for the creatures below. The air here is warm and dry, filled with the gentle rustle of grass and the distant calls of wild animals. In these open plains, herds of antelope and zebras graze peacefully, their movements synchronized in a graceful ballet. Wildebeest march steadily across the grassland, their hooves stirring up clouds of dust as they search for fresh grazing grounds. Every animal is alert, ears twitching and eyes scanning for the slightest sign of danger. Cutting through this wild expanse, the mighty White Nile carves its way through lush valleys, its waters glinting in the sunlight. Along its banks, hippos wallow in the cool shallows, their massive bodies barely visible beneath the surface, while crocodiles bask on the muddy shores, motionless and watchful, blending perfectly with the riverbank. Uganda is a kingdom ruled by wild animals, each species perfectly adapted to its environment. Lions prowl the savanna, their golden coats blending with the tall grass. Elephants move in stately procession, their trunks reaching for leaves and water. In the shadowy depths of the forest, gorillas forage quietly, their powerful hands gently parting the undergrowth. This remarkable country is a living mosaic, a patchwork of habitats that range from dense jungle to open savanna, from shimmering wetlands to rocky outcrops. Each environment offers a unique home, sheltering a dazzling array of creatures. In the humid jungles, thick with vines and towering trees, gorillas gather in family groups, feeding on leaves and fruit. Chimpanzees swing effortlessly through the canopy, their nimble fingers grasping branches as they search for food and play with one another. The open grasslands, with their endless vistas, are home to swift gazelles and antelopes. These animals rely on their speed and agility, darting through the tall grass to escape predators and find the freshest shoots. Rivers and lakes are lifelines, drawing animals from miles around. Elephants gather at the water's edge, their trunks curling to drink and spray themselves. Hippos submerge in the cool depths, only their eyes and nostrils breaking the surface as they rest in the midday heat. Across these varied landscapes, a constant drama unfolds. Every moment is charged with tension, as predators stalk their prey and herds remain ever vigilant, ready to flee at the slightest hint of danger. A lioness crouches low in the grass, her muscles coiled and eyes fixed on a distant impala. The herd senses her presence, their bodies tense, ears flicking and nostrils flaring as they prepare to bolt at the first sign of movement. As the sun rises over the dramatic landscape, the struggle for survival becomes clear. Sometimes, powerful animals face off in tense standoffs, lions challenging buffalo, each side weighing its strength and resolve. Here, we will meet some of Uganda's most iconic residents, majestic mountain gorillas, regal lions, and towering elephants, each a symbol of the wild heart of this land. We will encounter the powerful lions, rulers of the plains, their golden manes catching the light as they survey their territory. Prides rest in the shade, their bonds strong, each member playing a vital role in the group's survival. The immense Cape buffalo roam in formidable herds, their massive horns gleaming. Each buffalo is a fortress of muscle and determination, and together they form an unbreakable wall against would-be attackers. Along the riverbanks, the patient Nile crocodile waits, its eyes just above the waterline. With barely a ripple, it remains hidden, ready to strike with lightning speed when opportunity arises. Towering giraffes move with slow grace, their long necks reaching high into the treetops. Their tongues curl around tender leaves, stripping them from the tallest branches that few others can reach. Each animal, from the gigantic elephant with its wise, watchful eyes to the lightning-fast impala, has evolved to master its environment. Elephants travel in close-knit herds, their footsteps leaving deep impressions in the earth, while impalas bound across the plains in bursts of speed and agility. Every creature here has developed extraordinary adaptations, thick hides, sharp senses, and clever strategies to survive the challenges of the wild. Elephants use their trunks as versatile tools, pulling down branches and digging for water. Lionesses move with silent precision, their bodies perfectly designed for stealth and power. Some animals rely on clever tricks to stay safe, hiding in tall grass, blending into their surroundings, or keeping watch from the treetops, always alert to the dangers below. Many live in close-knit groups, where cooperation is key. Elephants protect their young within a circle of adults, while zebras huddle together, their stripes creating a confusing pattern that confounds predators. Our journey will reveal the rhythms of daily life, feeding, grooming, resting, and playing, all set against the backdrop of Uganda's untamed wilderness. We will discover what sustains these animals, from the tough, fibrous grasses of the savanna, chewed patiently by buffalo and antelope, to the tender, sun-dappled leaves high in the treetops, plucked by giraffes and monkeys with delicate precision. We will uncover the secrets of survival, how leopards vanish into the shadows of the trees, their spotted coats blending perfectly with the dappled light, and how antelopes rely on explosive speed to escape danger in a heartbeat. When threatened, some animals unite, forming defensive circles. Buffalo locking horns, elephants standing shoulder to shoulder to protect the most vulnerable among them. Every life here is intertwined. Birds perch on the backs of hippos, picking off insects, while zebras and wildebeest graze side by side, their different feeding habits allowing them to share the same land in harmony. Prepare to be amazed by the intelligence, power, and resilience of Uganda's wild kingdom, a world where every moment is a testament to the wonders of nature, and every creature plays a vital role in the grand tapestry of life. Beneath the vast golden skies of Uganda, where the grasslands stretch endlessly to the horizon, one creature commands the landscape with unmatched authority, the African lion. With every stride, these majestic beasts embody the spirit of the wild, their presence a living testament to the power and beauty of the savanna. Lions are the undisputed apex predators here, sitting at the very pinnacle of the food chain. Their dominance is not just a matter of strength, but of intelligence, cooperation, and a complex social order that sets them apart from all other big cats. Unlike the solitary leopards or cheetahs, lions are renowned for their intricate social lives. They live in tightly knit family groups known as prides, where every member has a role and a place. The pride is the heart of lion society, a network of related lionesses, their playful cubs, and a coalition of powerful adult males. Within the pride, the lionesses form the core, often sisters, mothers, and daughters bound by blood and loyalty. They nurture the cubs, share the responsibilities of hunting, and maintain the unity of the group through constant grooming and gentle interactions. Living together offers immense advantages. The pride can take down prey far larger than any single lion could manage, and together they defend their territory from rival prides and solitary intruders. The males, with their imposing manes and thunderous roars, serve as both guardians and symbols of strength, patrolling the boundaries and fending off threats. The roar of a male lion is a force of nature, deep, resonant, and carrying for miles across the plains. It is both a declaration of ownership and a warning, a sound that keeps rivals at bay and unites the pride under a single banner. When it comes to hunting, lions are masters of strategy and cooperation. The lionesses, agile and cunning, are the pride's primary hunters. They move with silent precision, communicating through subtle glances and body language as they stalk their quarry. Most hunts take place in the cool hours of dawn or dusk, when the air is crisp and the shadows long. The lionesses use the cover of tall grass and the dim light to their advantage, moving as one, their coats blending seamlessly with the landscape. Their sandy fur is the perfect camouflage, allowing them to vanish into the grass as they inch closer to unsuspecting herds of antelope, zebra, or buffalo. Patience is their greatest weapon. They can wait for hours, motionless, until the moment is right. As the pride closes in, they fan out in a crescent formation, silently coordinating to cut off every possible escape route. Each lioness knows her position, her timing, and her role in the ambush. When the attack begins, it is a blur of speed and power. Working together, the pride can bring down formidable prey, Cape buffalo with their deadly horns, or the swift, elusive zebra. Each member contributes, some driving the prey, others waiting in ambush. The hunt is a test of patience, explosive energy, and flawless coordination. A single misstep can mean failure, but when the pride moves as one, their success is almost inevitable. Every part of a lion's body is built for this life. Their shoulders and legs are packed with muscle, giving them the strength to wrestle prey to the ground and the speed to close the distance in a heartbeat. In short bursts, a lion can reach speeds of up to 50 kilometers per hour, their powerful legs propelling them forward in a final, decisive charge. Their claws, razor-sharp and retractable, remain hidden until the moment of attack, then flash out to grip and hold struggling prey. Their jaws are a marvel of nature, capable of crushing bone and equipped with long, dagger-like canines designed to deliver a swift, fatal bite. Yet for all their ferocity, lions are also creatures of leisure. They spend up to 20 hours a day resting, sprawled in the shade or piled together in affectionate heaps. This downtime is essential, allowing them to recover and store energy for the next hunt or battle. When they awaken, it is with a luxurious stretch and a keen awareness of their surroundings. Every sense is attuned to the rhythms of the savanna, ready for the challenges that lie ahead. Life as a lion is not without hardship. Scarred and weary, some lions bear the marks of fierce battles against rivals, against prey, and against the relentless forces of nature. Rival males constantly threaten the pride's stability, seeking to overthrow the reigning kings and claim the territory for themselves. Even after a successful hunt, lions must defend their hard-won meals from cunning hyenas, opportunistic jackals, and the ever-present threat of injury. The youngest members of the pride, the cubs, are especially vulnerable. Hidden in the grass, they rely entirely on the protection and vigilance of the adults, for danger lurks everywhere, from predatory birds to prowling leopards. Lionesses share the duties of motherhood, nursing each other's cubs and teaching them the vital skills of stalking, pouncing, and survival. Through play and gentle discipline, the next generation learns what it means to be a lion. Together, the pride moves as a single formidable force across the savanna, their unity and strength ensuring the survival of their kind. Even the largest animals, elephants and rhinos, are met with respect and caution, for the lion is both king and guardian of this wild kingdom. Through their bonds, their courage, and their mastery of the land, lions truly reign as the kings and queens of the Ugandan savanna, their legacy written in every sunrise and every echoing roar. Across the sweeping grasslands of Uganda, immense herds of Cape buffalo thunder over the earth, their hooves drumming a steady rhythm that echoes through the savanna. These formidable animals are among the most iconic horned creatures in Uganda's wild kingdom, and their presence shapes the very landscape they roam. The Cape buffalo commands respect from every predator, even the mighty lion. With their immense size, often exceeding 2,000 pounds, and their thick muscular frames, they are living fortresses built for both offense and defense. Their bodies are sheathed in a dark, coarse hide, a natural armor that shields them from bites and scratches, but it is their horns that truly set them apart. Each horn curves downward and then sweeps upward, fusing at the base into a massive bony boss, a helmet-like shield that can withstand the force of a predator's attack. The boss is nearly impenetrable, and the sharp, pointed tips of the horns are lethal weapons, capable of goring any would-be attacker. These horns are not just for show, they are the buffalo's primary means of defense, wielded with astonishing strength and precision. Cape buffalo are grazers, spending their days feeding on the lush grasses that blanket the plains. As they move, they travel in tightly packed herds, their numbers providing safety in unity. The herd itself becomes a living wall of horns, an impenetrable barrier to all but the most determined predators. With hundreds of vigilant eyes and ears, the herd is always on alert. At the slightest hint of danger, the buffalo react as one, shifting, bunching together, and presenting a unified front. Their communication is subtle but effective, a series of grunts, moans, and body movements that coordinate their actions and warn of threats. When calves are present, the herd's defensive behavior becomes even more pronounced. Adults form a protective ring around the young, their horns angled outward, ready to repel any intruder. The calves, nestled safely in the center, are shielded from harm by the sheer determination of the adults. This living fortress is a testament to the power of cooperation. The adult buffalo stand shoulder to shoulder, their horns forming a bristling barrier, while the most vulnerable members of the herd remain hidden and protected within. Should a predator dare to attack, the response is swift and ferocious. A single buffalo can charge with explosive force, using its horns to toss a lion or hyena high into the air. The herd will not hesitate to come to the aid of a member in distress, often driving off even the most persistent attackers. This bravery is legendary. Cape buffalo are known to return for injured companions, refusing to abandon any member of the herd. Their loyalty and courage are key to their survival, and their constant vigilance is a necessity in a world where danger is ever present. Lions, the apex predators of the savanna, are always watching, searching for any sign of weakness. A lone buffalo, an aging bull, or a calf separated from the group. The standoff between lions and buffalo is a classic drama, a test of strength, strategy, and endurance. When lions attack, the buffalo respond with coordinated defense, their horns lowered and their bodies pressed together. The herd's unity is its greatest weapon, and it is this solidarity that allows them to withstand even the fiercest assaults. The Cape buffalo are not the only horned giants of Uganda. Herds of Ugandan kob, with their elegant lyre-shaped horns, graze the open plains, ever watchful for danger. Waterbuck, with their long ringed horns, gather near rivers and wetlands, their horns used in fierce battles for dominance and defense. Jackson's hartebeest and Topis, both adorned with impressive horns, rely on speed and vigilance, but when threatened, they too will use their horns to defend themselves and their young. Each species has evolved its own strategies, but all share the same reliance on their horns for survival. These horned herbivores play a vital role in the ecosystem. By grazing, they shape the vegetation, create habitats for smaller animals, and serve as prey for the great predators. Their defensive behaviors, honed over millennia, maintain the balance between predator and prey, ensuring the health and diversity of Uganda's wild kingdom. In the fading light, the silhouette of a buffalo herd stands as a testament to the power of unity and the enduring strength of horns. In Uganda, these animals are more than just survivors. They are the guardians of the savanna, their horns a symbol of resilience and the wild spirit of Africa. In the slow-moving rivers and vast, murky lakes of Uganda, such as the legendary White Nile, an ancient predator glides through the water, almost unchanged since the age of the dinosaurs. Here the riverbed is a world of shifting currents, tangled roots and hidden dangers, and it is ruled by a master of stealth and power. This is the Nile crocodile, a formidable riverbed hunter whose patience is matched only by its strength. It is a creature perfectly sculpted by evolution for life in these challenging waters. These giants can reach lengths of over 16 feet, their armored bodies covered in thick, rugged scales that protect them from both rivals and the sharp debris of the riverbed. Beneath the surface, their streamlined forms allow them to glide effortlessly, using the river's currents to their advantage. Their webbed feet and muscular tails propel them with silent precision, making them nearly invisible to unsuspecting prey. The crocodile's eyes and nostrils are set high on its head, a design that lets it remain almost completely submerged. Only the smallest part of its body breaks the surface, allowing it to watch and breathe while staying hidden from view. Camouflage is its greatest weapon. The crocodile's mottled skin blends seamlessly with the muddy water and tangled reeds, making it nearly impossible to spot until it is too late. As an ambush predator, the Nile crocodile relies on absolute stillness. It can remain motionless for hours, its body pressed low against the riverbed or hidden among reeds, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Sometimes it lies on the riverbank, covered in mud, indistinguishable from a log or a rock. This patience is a key part of its hunting strategy, allowing it to conserve energy in a world where every movement counts. The river's edge is a place of both opportunity and danger. Thirsty animals approach, unaware of the silent hunter lurking just beneath the surface, their movements watched with unblinking eyes. Zebras, antelopes, and young buffaloes are all drawn to the water, each one a potential target for the crocodile's sudden attack. When the moment is right, the crocodile erupts from the water with explosive speed. Its jaws snap shut with a force that can crush bone, the culmination of hours, sometimes days, of patient waiting. The bite of a Nile crocodile is among the most powerful in the animal kingdom, delivering up to 5,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Its teeth are conical and interlocking, designed to grip and hold struggling prey. Once caught, escape is almost impossible. The crocodile's grip is relentless, and it uses its immense strength to subdue even the largest animals. The river becomes the final battleground. The crocodile drags its prey into deeper water, using the element of surprise and the weight of the river itself to overpower its victim. As cold-blooded reptiles, crocodiles depend on the sun to regulate their body temperature. After a hunt, they haul themselves onto the riverbank, soaking up warmth to fuel their next burst of energy. Basking in the sun, they open their mouths to release excess heat, a behavior that helps them survive the fluctuating temperatures of the river environment. The Nile crocodile is not just a hunter, but a keystone species. Its presence shapes the river ecosystem, influencing the behavior and movement of countless other animals. By targeting the weak, the sick, and the unwary, crocodiles help maintain the health of the herds that come to drink, ensuring that only the fittest survive. They are also nature's clean-up crew, consuming carcasses that would otherwise pollute the water and spread disease, keeping the riverbed environment balanced and healthy. Life as a riverbed hunter is a constant test of patience and endurance. Food is not guaranteed, and competition is fierce. Crocodiles must wait, sometimes for days, for the right opportunity to strike. They conserve every ounce of energy, moving only when absolutely necessary, always alert to the movements of prey and rivals alike. In the wild rivers of Uganda, the Nile crocodile endures as a living relic, a master of the riverbed whose ancient techniques and formidable presence have allowed it to survive for millions of years, despite the ever-changing challenges of its watery world. The African elephant, the largest land animal on Earth, is a true giant of the Ugandan wilderness. Its immense size and strength are matched only by its profound influence on the landscape it inhabits. Every day, the presence of elephants shapes the very fabric of the savanna and forest, leaving a legacy that touches every living creature around them. These magnificent giants are often called ecosystem architects, and for good reason. Their daily routines, feeding, moving, and socializing, transform the environment in ways both subtle and dramatic. As they travel, Elephants break branches, uproot small trees, and trample thick undergrowth, constantly reshaping the landscape. An adult elephant consumes hundreds of kilograms of vegetation every single day. Their diet is incredibly varied, including grasses, leaves, bark, fruit, and even roots. Using their powerful trunks, they strip leaves from branches, pluck grasses from the ground, and delicately select the most nutritious parts of plants. As they move through forests and savannas, elephants knock down trees and clear away thick brush. This behavior, while seemingly destructive, is essential for maintaining the balance of the ecosystem. By opening up dense areas, they allow sunlight to reach the ground, encouraging the growth of fresh grasses and new plants. These newly created grassy patches become vital grazing grounds for smaller herbivores such as zebras, antelopes, and warthogs. The elephant's actions provide food and shelter for countless other animals, making them keystone species in their environment. In this way, elephants act as nature's gardeners on a grand scale, maintaining the health and diversity of the savanna and forest ecosystems. Elephants live in close-knit family groups, known as herds, which are led by a wise and experienced matriarch. This matriarch is usually the oldest female, and she is the heart of the family, guiding her relatives with knowledge accumulated over decades. The matriarch's memory is legendary. She remembers the locations of waterholes, the safest paths through the wilderness, and the best feeding grounds. During times of drought, her leadership can mean the difference between survival and hardship for the entire herd. Elephant herds are made up of mothers, daughters, sisters, and their young calves. The bonds between them are incredibly strong, and they communicate through a complex language of rumbles, trumpets, and even low-frequency sounds that travel for miles. Calves are cared for not just by their mothers, but by aunts and older siblings who help protect and teach them. During the harsh dry seasons, elephants use their powerful tusks to dig deep into dry riverbeds, searching for hidden water beneath the surface. This remarkable ability allows them to access life-saving water when it is scarce. The wells they create become vital oases for many other animals. Antelope, buffalo, and even birds gather at these precious water sources, all benefiting from the elephant's strength and ingenuity. This is a beautiful example of how the actions of one species can support the survival of many others, weaving a web of life that connects all creatures of the savanna. Towering above even the elephants is another of Uganda's gentle giants, the Rothschild's giraffe. These elegant animals are among the tallest creatures on the planet, with adult males reaching heights of up to 6 meters. The giraffe's extraordinary height gives it a unique advantage in the wild. With their long necks, they can browse the highest branches of acacia trees, feasting on leaves and buds that are out of reach for every other herbivore. Their diet consists mainly of acacia leaves, which are rich in nutrients but protected by sharp thorns. The giraffe's prehensile tongue, which can be up to 1/2 meter long, is perfectly adapted to delicately pluck leaves from between the thorns, avoiding injury and maximizing their meal. This feeding strategy means giraffes rarely compete with other herbivores for food. While antelope and buffalo graze on the grasses below, giraffes browse high above, each species finding its own niche in the ecosystem. The giraffe's tongue is not only long, but also tough and dexterous, able to strip the most tender leaves from the most forbidding branches. This gives them access to a private banquet high in the treetops. Giraffes, like elephants, are peaceful herbivores, moving gracefully across the plains in small groups or loose herds. These groups are often made up of related females and their young, while males may roam alone or form bachelor groups. Their towering height gives them a commanding view of the savanna, allowing them to spot predators such as lions from a great distance. This early warning system benefits not only the giraffes themselves, but also other animals nearby, who take their cues from the giraffe's vigilance. Despite their gentle nature, giraffes are not defenseless. If threatened, they can deliver a powerful kick with their long, muscular legs, a blow strong enough to break bones and deter even the most determined predator. A single, well-aimed kick from a giraffe can seriously injure or even kill a lion, making them formidable opponents when cornered. Watching a group of giraffes move across the Ugandan plains is a sight of pure elegance. Their slow, deliberate gait and serene presence are a testament to the harmony and strength of life in the wild. Together with the mighty elephants, they are living symbols of the beauty, complexity, and interconnectedness of Uganda's wild kingdom. In the heart of Uganda's wild waterways, the hippopotamus reigns as one of the most astonishing and dominant animals. These colossal creatures, often seen wallowing in rivers and lakes, are a constant presence in the aquatic landscape. Their immense bodies half submerged and their eyes, ears and nostrils just above the surface, ever alert to their surroundings. Despite their name, which means river horse, hippos are not related to horses at all. Instead, they belong to a unique family of their own, perfectly adapted to a life spent mostly in water. As the sun climbs high and the heat intensifies, hippos retreat deeper into the cool embrace of the river. Here, they cluster together in large groups, sometimes dozens strong, forming tight colonies or bloats. These gatherings are not just for company. There is safety in numbers, as the collective presence of so many massive bodies deters would-be predators. The water is essential for their survival. Hippos have extremely sensitive skin that dries and cracks easily under the harsh African sun. By staying submerged for most of the day, they keep their skin moist and cool, and even secrete a natural sunscreen, a reddish, oily fluid that protects them from sunburn and infection. Within these bloats, social interactions are complex. Dominant males patrol the edges, marking their territory with impressive displays and loud vocalizations. Subordinate males, females, and calves cluster closer to the center, where it is safest. Calves often rest on their mothers' backs, learning the rhythms of river life from an early age. Despite their immense barrel-shaped bodies, hippos are astonishingly agile in the water. They do not swim in the traditional sense, but instead propel themselves by running along the riverbed, using their powerful legs to surge forward in short, explosive bursts of speed. This agility allows them to navigate swiftly through their watery domain, evading threats or asserting dominance when challenged. Although they spend nearly all daylight hours in the water, hippos do not feed there. Their days are spent resting, socializing, and occasionally sparring, but their true activity begins as night falls. As dusk settles and the air cools, hippos emerge from the safety of the river. Under the cover of darkness, they embark on solitary journeys across the plains, following well-worn paths to their favorite grazing grounds. Each night, a single hippo may travel several kilometers from the water's edge, consuming up to 40 kilograms of grass before returning to the river by dawn. Their nightly foraging is a solitary affair, with each hippo fiercely guarding its chosen patch of grass from others. Hippos are renowned for their volatile tempers and extreme territoriality. Males in particular are quick to challenge intruders, opening their massive jaws in a dramatic display of power. This so-called yawn is not a sign of relaxation, but a clear warning. The gaping mouth reveals enormous, razor-sharp tusks, formidable weapons capable of inflicting devastating injuries. When threatened, hippos defend their territory with astonishing ferocity, both in water and on land. Their immense strength and unpredictable nature make them one of Africa's most dangerous animals, respected by all who share their habitat. Sharing the savanna, but living a very different life, is the warthog, a much smaller yet equally fascinating resident of Uganda's wild kingdom. Warthogs are instantly recognizable by their unique features. Prominent facial warts, a bristly mane running down their back, and 2 pairs of curved tusks that jut from their snouts. These adaptations are not just for show, they serve as protection in fights and as tools for digging. Warthogs are opportunistic feeders, constantly searching for anything edible. Their diet is varied and includes grasses, roots, tubers, fruits, and even the occasional insect or small animal. Using their powerful snouts and tough front hooves, warthogs dig tirelessly for hidden roots and tubers beneath the soil. This relentless foraging is essential for survival, especially during the dry season when food is scarce. When opportunity arises, they supplement their diet with fallen fruit, insects, and fresh shoots, making the most of whatever the savanna provides. A warthog's foraging style is distinctive. They often kneel on their calloused front legs, using their snouts to root through the earth. This unique posture allows them to dig deeper and access food that other grazers cannot reach. When startled, warthogs dash away at surprising speed, their thin tails held straight up like little flags. This comical sight belies their true agility and alertness, honed by a life of constant vigilance. Though small, warthogs are remarkably brave. When cornered, they stand their ground, facing threats head-on with fierce determination. Their upper tusks, sharp and strong, are formidable weapons. In a fight, these tusks can inflict serious wounds, deterring even the most determined predators. Yet, the warthog's preferred defense is flight. At the first sign of danger, they bolt for cover, relying on speed and agility to escape. Their escape routes often lead to abandoned burrows or dense thickets. Entering backwards, they position their tusks at the entrance, ready to defend against any pursuer. This clever tactic, combined with their resilience and resourcefulness, ensures the survival of these remarkable creatures in Uganda's wild kingdom. The African leopard, a true phantom of the wild, is a master of stealth and camouflage, its presence more often felt than seen in the tangled heart of Uganda's wilderness. This elusive big cat moves like a whisper through the undergrowth, its dappled coat melting into the shifting shadows and tangled vines, making it the most secretive of Uganda's predators. Unlike lions, which rely on the strength and cooperation of the pride to hunt and defend territory, the leopard is a solitary wanderer, moving alone through the labyrinth of forest and savanna. It prefers the company of silence, stalking its domain with unmatched patience and independence, rarely crossing paths with its own kind except to mate or raise cubs. The leopard's coat is a masterpiece of evolution, each dark rosette and golden patch a perfect mimicry of sunlight filtering through leaves or the broken patterns of grass and shadow. This intricate pattern is not merely for beauty, it is a vital tool for survival, providing the ultimate camouflage as the leopard slips unseen through dappled light and tangled foliage, vanishing into the mosaic of sun and shadow, invisible to both prey and rival predators. Whether in the tall golden grasses of the savanna or the dense leafy forests, the leopard's form is a ghostly presence, always on the edge of perception. This near invisibility is the secret to its hunting prowess, allowing the leopard to observe and stalk its prey with almost supernatural patience. With every muscle tensed and senses sharpened, it creeps closer, using every bush, every shadow, every whisper of wind to mask its approach. The leopard's hunting method is a blend of patience and precision. Keen eyesight picks out the faintest movement, while its acute hearing detects the softest rustle of potential prey. It can spend hours lying low, eyes locked on an unsuspecting animal waiting for the perfect moment to strike. With a slow, silent crawl, it closes the distance, every step calculated, every movement hidden from view. The leopard's diet is astonishingly varied, a testament to its adaptability and cunning. Young antelopes are a favored prize, but it will also hunt warthogs, monkeys leaping through the canopy, birds startled from their roosts, and even the smallest rodents scurrying through the leaf litter. This remarkable adaptability allows the leopard to thrive in a mosaic of habitats: rocky outcrops, riverbanks, woodlands, and open plains, where other large predators might falter. When the time is right, the leopard explodes from cover in a blur of muscle and speed, closing the gap in a heartbeat. Its powerful jaws clamp down with deadly precision, and razor-sharp claws secure the struggling prey, ending the hunt in near silence. The leopard's strength is legendary, capable of dragging or carrying prey much heavier than itself across rough terrain. To protect its hard-won meal from ever-watchful scavengers lurking below, such as lions and hyenas, which would eagerly steal any opportunity, the leopard performs a feat unmatched in the animal kingdom. Hauling its kill high into the branches of a tree, with astonishing power it climbs vertically, gripping both prey and bark, ascending to safety above the reach of ground-bound competitors. No other cat can match this display of strength and agility, a testament to the leopard's dominance in the treetops. Here in its treetop larder, the leopard carefully arranges its meal, wedging it securely among the branches. It will return to this hidden cache over several days, feeding in peace, high above the dangers of the forest floor. From this lofty vantage, the leopard remains safe from the hungry jaws and prying eyes of other predators below. As dusk falls and darkness envelops the land, the leopard comes alive. It is a creature of the night, perfectly adapted to the world of shadows. The cover of night is its greatest ally, masking its movements as it glides through the gloom, unseen and unheard. Its large reflective eyes are specially adapted for low light, capturing every glimmer of moonlight and starlight, granting it vision far superior to that of its prey. This nocturnal advantage makes the leopard a dominant force in the nighttime ecosystem, able to hunt when others must rest. When daylight returns, the leopard seeks refuge, draping itself over a sturdy branch, limbs dangling in the sun or curling up in the cool shade. Sometimes it vanishes into a dense thicket, its coat blending perfectly with the tangled undergrowth, invisible even in repose. Here it conserves its energy, resting and digesting, waiting for the cool embrace of night to begin the hunt anew. The leopard is the silent ghost of Uganda's wild kingdom, a solitary, powerful predator whose mastery of stealth and adaptability shapes the nocturnal world. It is the embodiment of the perfect ambush, a living shadow that strikes with precision and vanishes without a trace. Alone, yet ever present, the leopard reigns as the master hunter of the night, a vital force in the intricate web of the nocturnal ecosystem. Across the vast, sun-drenched savannas of Uganda, immense herds of herbivores traverse the open plains in a never-ending search for food and water. These migrations are dictated by the rhythm of the seasons. As the animals follow the rains and the promise of fresh grazing, each species, zebra, impala, and topi, moves with its own unique patterns, yet their lives are deeply intertwined, forming a living tapestry of survival and adaptation. The zebra, with its unmistakable black and white stripes, is a striking presence on the savanna. These stripes are more than just a bold pattern, they are a sophisticated survival tool. Each zebra's stripe pattern is unique, like a fingerprint, allowing individuals to recognize one another within the herd. When zebras gather in dense groups, their stripes merge into a mesmerizing blur, making it nearly impossible for predators to single out a target. This dazzling confusion is a powerful defense, especially during migration, when herds are most vulnerable. Zebras are highly social, moving in tight-knit family groups called harems, led by a dominant stallion. These groups often join together to form larger herds during migration, increasing their safety. As they travel, zebras graze on the tough, fibrous grasses that other herbivores leave behind, their strong teeth and digestive systems perfectly adapted for this diet. The impala, slender and graceful, is a master of agility. These antelopes form large, loosely structured herds that can number in the hundreds, especially during the wet season when food is plentiful. Their group dynamics are fluid, with bachelor males forming their own groups, while dominant males guard territories and gather females. When danger threatens, impalas rely on their extraordinary leaping ability, springing up to 3 meters high and covering distances of over 10 meters in a single bound. These acrobatic displays not only help them evade predators, but also serve to confuse and scatter their pursuers. Within the herd, constant vigilance is key. Each impala is attuned to the slightest movement or sound. If one impala senses a threat, it emits a sharp alarm call, instantly alerting the entire group. In a flash, the herd erupts into coordinated flight, each animal moving in harmony with the others, making it difficult for predators to focus on a single target. This collective awareness is a vital survival strategy, especially during migration when herds are on the move and exposed. The Topi, a robust and resilient antelope, thrives in the harsher, drier regions of the savanna. Unlike zebras and impalas, Topis are well adapted to areas where water is scarce and the grass is sparse. Their migration patterns are dictated by the availability of fresh shoots after the rains, and they often travel great distances to find suitable grazing. Topis are easily recognized by their glossy reddish-brown coats and long lyre-shaped horns. Their herds are highly organized, with a clear social hierarchy and a remarkable system of sentinels. Often a single Topi will climb atop a termite mound, using this elevated position to scan the horizon for danger. This sentinel keeps a constant watch, ready to sound the alarm at the first sign of a predator. The rest of the herd grazes nearby, trusting in the vigilance of their lookout. When threatened, Topis rely on their remarkable speed and stamina, able to outrun many would-be attackers. Their powerful legs propel them across the plains in a blur of motion, the herd moving as one to escape danger. On the Ugandan savanna, these three species often intermingle, forming vast mixed herds. This cooperation offers significant advantages. With more eyes, ears, and noses on alert, the chances of detecting a lurking predator increase dramatically. Each species brings its own strengths to the group. Zebras with their confusion tactics, impalas with their agility, and Topis with their vigilance. Their diets are also complementary. Zebras graze on the coarser, taller grasses, clearing the way for impalas and Topis to feed on the softer shoots and leaves that follow. This reduces competition and allows the herds to thrive side by side, each finding its own niche within the ecosystem. As the seasons change and the herds move across the landscape, their migrations shape the very face of the savanna. Trails are worn into the earth, grasses are trimmed and renewed, and the delicate balance of life is maintained by the ceaseless movement of these remarkable animals. In this wild kingdom, survival depends on unity, adaptation, and the timeless dance of migration, a dance performed by zebras, impalas, and Topis, whose lives are forever woven into the fabric of Uganda's savanna. In the heart of Uganda's wild kingdom, every living creature is a vital thread woven into a vast and intricate tapestry of life. Here, the balance of the ecosystem is not just a concept, it is a living, breathing reality shaped by countless interactions and cycles that have evolved over millennia. Each animal, from the smallest insect to the mightiest elephant, plays a unique and irreplaceable role in maintaining the harmony of this natural world. The web of life stretches across the savanna, forests, and rivers, connecting predator and prey, grazer and scavenger, plant and animal. The survival of one species is intimately tied to the existence and actions of many others. When a lion stalks its prey, it is not merely hunting for itself, it is participating in a process that keeps the herds healthy and the grasslands thriving. Predators such as lions and leopards are the guardians of balance. By targeting the old, the weak, and the sick, they ensure that only the fittest survive, strengthening the gene pool and preventing overpopulation. Without these hunters, herbivore numbers would swell unchecked, leading to overgrazing, the destruction of vegetation, and the collapse of the delicate equilibrium that sustains all life here. The herbivores, too, are architects of the land. Elephants, with their immense strength, break branches and open clearings, allowing sunlight to reach the forest floor and new grasses to sprout. Their movements carve pathways through tall grasses, shaping the landscape for countless other species. Zebras and Topis graze in sweeping herds, trimming the grasses and encouraging fresh, tender shoots to grow, which, in turn, feed the next generation of grazers. Even the waste left behind by these animals is a gift to the earth. Dung fertilizes the soil, returning vital nutrients and helping seeds to germinate far from their parent plants. Dung beetles, small but tireless, roll and bury this waste, breaking it down and enriching the ground, ensuring that the cycle of growth and renewal continues unbroken. The interdependence among species is everywhere. At the watering holes, animals of all kinds gather in uneasy truce, sharing the precious resource that sustains them all. An elephant's search for water may uncover a hidden spring, providing life-giving moisture for warthogs and antelope alike. A vigilant Topis, standing tall on a termite mound, keeps watch for danger, its warning calls protecting not only its own kind, but also the zebras and gazelles nearby. Partnerships flourish in unexpected places. The oxpecker bird rides atop the buffalo, plucking ticks and parasites from its hide. In return for this meal, the bird acts as an early warning system, screeching at the first sign of danger and giving the buffalo a chance to escape. These mutualistic relationships are as essential as the competition for food and territory, demonstrating that cooperation is a powerful force in the wild. The cycles of life and death are ever present. Each birth is a promise of renewal, each death a return of energy and nutrients to the earth. Scavengers and decomposers ensure that nothing is wasted, breaking down what remains and feeding the soil so that new life can emerge. This endless cycle is the heartbeat of the ecosystem, a rhythm that sustains every creature, great and small. As the sun sets over the Ugandan plains, the silhouettes of giraffes, elephants, and hippos gather at the river's edge, a living testament to the beauty and complexity of this world. The silent crocodile waits in the water. The towering giraffe strides across the grasslands, each perfectly adapted to its place in the grand design. Their lives are intertwined in a balance so delicate that even the smallest change can ripple outward, affecting all who share this land. For thousands of years, this harmony has endured, shaped by the forces of nature and the wisdom of evolution. In Uganda's wild kingdom, the story of life is written in every footprint, every call in the night, every blade of grass. It is a story of interdependence, resilience, and the eternal dance of life and death, a masterpiece of nature forever unfolding. Beneath the glassy surface of Uganda's rivers, an ancient predator awaits, the Nile crocodile. Silent and still, these remarkable reptiles are masters of patience, blending seamlessly with the muddy banks and floating logs. Their eyes and nostrils barely break the water's surface, giving nothing away as they watch the world above with prehistoric calm. When the moment is right, the river's tranquility shatters. With astonishing speed, the crocodile surges from the depths, jaws snapping shut on unsuspecting prey, be it a thirsty antelope, a careless fish, or even a flock of birds pausing at the water's edge. Their powerful tails propel them forward in a burst of energy, while rows of conical teeth ensure that few escapes are possible. Yet, despite their fearsome reputation, crocodiles are not mindless killers. Their hunting is strategic and precise, often relying on ambush and stealth rather than brute force. But the river is more than a hunting ground. It is a nursery. During the nesting season, female crocodiles seek out sandy banks, digging deep holes to lay dozens of leathery eggs. With fierce devotion, the mother guards her nest, warding off monitor lizards and other would-be predators. When the time comes, she gently carries her hatchlings to the water in her jaws, protecting them from danger in their most vulnerable moments. The river teems with life, and the crocodile is both hunter and neighbor. Fish dart between submerged roots, hippos wallow in muddy shallows, and turtles bask on sunlit rocks. Each creature is wary of the crocodile's presence, but all are part of the river's intricate web. Sometimes the crocodile must yield to the sheer size of a passing hippopod, slipping quietly away to avoid conflict. At other times, crocodiles gather in surprising harmony, sharing the spoils of a successful hunt or basking side by side on the sandbanks, their armored bodies glinting in the sun. In the cool of the evening, as shadows stretch across the water, the crocodiles return to their silent vigil. They are the ancient guardians of the river, survivors from a distant age, perfectly adapted to their world. Through their hidden lives, they shape the rhythms of the river and remind us that beneath the surface, the wild heart of Uganda beats on, mysterious and eternal. High above the grasslands and riverbanks, another form of predator rules the Ugandan skies. With wings outstretched and eyes sharp as daggers, birds of prey glide effortlessly on rising thermals, surveying the world below. The African fish eagle, with its piercing call, is a familiar sentinel along the waterways. From a lofty perch it scans the shimmering surface, then dives in a flash of white and chestnut, talons slicing through the water to snatch an unwary fish. On the savanna, the martial eagle circles with silent intent. Its powerful wings cast shadows over the open plains, and few creatures are safe from its gaze. Small antelope, monitor lizards, and even monkeys can fall prey to its formidable strike. Not far behind, the battler eagle weaves acrobatically through the air, its bold black, white, and red plumage a warning to all who would challenge its domain. But the sky is not only a hunting ground, it is also a cradle for new life. In the highest branches or atop rocky outcrops, raptors build sturdy nests from sticks and leaves. There, devoted parents guard their clutch of eggs, shielding fragile chicks from the elements and ever watchful for danger. With patience and care, they feed their young, teaching them the art of flight and the secrets of survival. Scavengers, like the hooded vulture, play a different but vital role. With keen eyesight and tireless wings, they soar over the landscape, cleansing the earth by consuming what others leave behind. In this way, they help keep the ecosystem in balance, preventing the spread of disease and returning nutrients to the land. Each raptor, from the swift falcon to the silent owl, is a crucial thread in Uganda's wild tapestry. Their mastery of the air shapes the lives of creatures below, reminding us that even above the trees and rivers, the dance of predator and prey continues. As the sun sets and the sky glows with fiery color, the birds of prey retreat to their roosts, their silhouettes etched against the fading light, a living testament to the power and grace that defines Uganda's wild heart. As darkness falls and the savanna cools beneath a velvet sky, a new cast of characters emerges from the shadows. The night in Uganda belongs to the secretive and the silent, creatures sculpted by evolution to thrive where daylight fades. High in the branches, bush babies leap from limb to limb, their enormous eyes glowing like lanterns in the moonlight. These small primates are masters of the night, guided by acute hearing and a keen sense of smell. With nimble fingers, they forage for insects and sweet tree sap, their calls echoing softly through the canopy. On the forest floor, the elusive genet slips through the undergrowth, its spotted coat blending perfectly with the dappled shadows. Agile and inquisitive, it moves with feline grace, hunting rodents, birds, and insects under the cover of darkness. Every movement is calculated, every step silent, a predator perfectly attuned to the nocturnal world. Above, the haunting call of an owl drifts through the cool air. With wings designed for silent flight, Uganda's owls glide unseen between ancient trees, their keen eyesight and razor-sharp talons making them formidable hunters. They wait patiently, listening for the faintest rustle, then strike with breathtaking precision. Even the night air itself is alive with activity. Insects hum and chirp, bats dart and swoop, each playing their part in the intricate web of night. For these creatures, darkness is not a barrier, but a sanctuary, a realm of opportunity and survival. Together, Uganda's nocturnal animals weave a story as rich and complex as any told in daylight. Their hidden lives remind us that the wild heart of Uganda never truly sleeps. It simply changes its rhythm, pulsing quietly beneath the stars. As dawn breaks and the first rays of sun pierce the misty grasslands, another world stirs to life, one ruled by scales, cold blood, and ancient instincts. Uganda's reptiles and amphibians are masters of adaptation, thriving in habitats from lush wetlands to arid savannas. Along the riverbanks, Nile crocodiles bask motionless, blending seamlessly with the mud. Their patience is legendary, waiting for hours, sometimes days, before launching a lightning-fast ambush. These ancient predators are not just hunters, they are custodians of the river, keeping fish and mammal populations in delicate balance. In the undergrowth, chameleons move with mesmerizing slowness. Their skin shifts through a kaleidoscope of colors, a living canvas that offers both camouflage and communication. Their independently moving eyes scan for insects, while their lightning-quick tongues strike with pinpoint accuracy. Each movement is a calculated act of survival. Hidden among the leaves, frogs and toads announce their presence with a chorus of croaks and trills. Some, like the vibrantly colored reed frogs, warn would-be predators of their toxicity with brilliant hues. Others, cloaked in earthy tones, vanish against the forest floor, escaping detection by blending into their surroundings. Snakes, too, play a vital role. From the sleek African rock python to the agile boomslang, these silent hunters regulate populations of rodents, birds, and even other reptiles. Their venom, a marvel of evolution, is both a weapon and a tool, ensuring their place as both predator and prey. Together, Uganda's reptiles and amphibians form a living tapestry, each species vital to the ecosystem's balance. They are the silent guardians of water and land, ensuring that the cycles of life continue. In their world, survival is an art honed over millions of years, and every scale and croak tells a story of resilience beneath the Ugandan sun. Beneath the towering grasses and tangled roots, an unseen world buzzes with tireless activity. Here, the smallest creatures wield the greatest influence, Uganda's insects, the unsung engineers and caretakers of the wild. Termites rise as master builders, their towering mounds dotting the landscape like miniature skyscrapers. These architectural marvels, crafted from mud and saliva, shelter millions within cool, humid chambers. Inside, the colony works in perfect harmony. Soldiers guard the gates, workers tend to gardens of fungus, and the queen reigns at the heart of it all. As they break down deadwood and plant matter, termites return vital nutrients to the earth, enriching the soil and nurturing new growth. On the forest floor, armies of ants march in disciplined columns. Leafcutter ants carry emerald shards high above their heads, weaving intricate trails through the undergrowth. Weaver ants, suspended between branches, stitch leaves together into living nests, while driver ants surge forward in relentless waves, reshaping the ecosystem as they hunt. Each species, with its unique skills, maintains the balance, recycling, aerating, and defending their realm. Above, the air shimmers with the flutter of butterflies and moths. Their delicate wings, painted in dazzling hues, drift from flower to flower, sipping nectar and spreading life with every gentle brush. From the brilliant African swallowtail to the elusive forest emperor, these pollinators are messengers of renewal, ensuring the survival of countless plants. Even as caterpillars, they prune and shape the foliage, making room for new leaves and new beginnings. Together, Uganda's insects are the pulse of the wild, a hidden force that sustains the great and small alike. Their endless toil weaves the very fabric of the ecosystem, proving that even the tiniest life can shape a kingdom.